Hi, I'm Tamir from TadiBrothers, and in this video I will show you how to connect a parking backup sensor system that has front and rear sensors. The first thing I want to show you guys is the display that I'm going to use in this installation. I'm using our standard display. However, this will also work with any of the displays that you see here. If it's just a speaker or the 3.5 inch, it really just depends on what you guys want to do, but I wanted to show you how to install it, and don't get scared when you see this one and you have a different screen that you're installing. The next part of this thing is the sensors that we're using. These are our standard sensors. I'm using blue, so it contrasts better in the video, but obviously the stick-on sensors and the under the bumper sensors, again, work under the same concept. When you start installing this thing, the first thing you want to do is look at the brain. The brain is where all the wires connect to, and what it does is it basically makes the whole system function. Before you install anything, you want to know where you want to put this in the trunk. Usually you want to put it in a dry place, but you want to put it where all the cables are going to feed into it in a convenient spot for you. So think about that before you install it. Now let's start the installation process here. First, I'm going to take the display and we're going to connect it to the display socket in the brain right here. The next part we have is the harness that you see right here. All right, I'm going to show you what the wires do in a second, but let me just connect that also into the brain. There's that click. And now we're going to take the sensors. When plugging in the sensors, you should know this. There are 8 spots here because this is a front and rear sensors. If you're just going to put the sensors on one spot, you're only going to have 4, so obviously you're just doing half the installation. The first 4 that you see here on the brain right here, those are for the front sensors. The last 4 are for the rear sensors. It's important because the triggers activate depending on which sensors you do, so I wanted you to know where you want to connect the sensors. So here we're going to connect this here. Well, let's connect the one in the back first. All right, that's the standard length of a sensor. Now the one in the front is the same as this, but because the brain is all the way in the trunk, we also give you 4 extension cables that you see right here. I'm going to plug it in so you can see how it works. It's very simple. You just take the male to the female, like that. Thread this through the vehicle itself. Give me 1 second here. Like this, and there we go. Now we have the display connecting to the box here with the harness, the power harness, and the sensors themselves. One other tip: when you're installing the display or the speaker, give it a little extra slack in the dash, because you might want to move it around. So that comes in handy. You don't want it to be in the last inch when you're installing it. As for the sensors themselves, usually people install them about 18 to 26 inches above the ground, somewhere in the middle of the bumper, vertically speaking. And then you want to obviously distribute them evenly along the bumper, just like one of our customers did right here. Now let's talk about the harness. This is the power harness for the cable itself. All right, now I want you to see all the different wires that you have here. Obviously, we have the black and the red, okay? And the red connects to the positive and the black connects to the ground. Then we have these other triggers which control when the sensors are active. So this comes in handy if you're double parking, or if you want the sensors in the front to work. This triggers the front sensors and the rear sensors according to when you need to do it. So let me plug this in and show you a little bit how it works. Right here. So I'm plugging into my alligator clips. There's the red right here. Okay, so you see when I plug it in, the light doesn't even turn on because it still needs to be triggered. Now, if you pop the car into reverse, then the white cable is the one we're going to want to use here. So this is going to simulate you going into reverse, right? Move this a little here so you have some space. And now you see the sensor is working, right? Now let's say you want to go forward, or you click your car. Wait 1 second, like this. Let's say you want to go forward and you want the sensor to trigger that way. So when you click on your brake light, and this yellow one will connect to your brake light, so it simulates that. We're plugging it right here. And then there you go. That turns it on. The other thing is that you should know is that you also get 10 seconds, like this. You also get 10 seconds for it to work. So when you're going in reverse and then you click on your brake, the sensor will continue to work even when you put your hand, you take your leg off the brake. So this way it just doesn't cut off automatically. You still need a couple of seconds if you're double parking or if you're in some kind of bumper to bumper traffic. So one more thing that we have here is this is the drill that you get with the sensors themselves. Remember, you want to distribute it evenly, but this will make a very nice, perfect hole for you. You drill the hole and then you pop in the sensor, thread the cable through the vehicle itself. So let me go over the connections one more time. First, you take the display, connect it to the brain. Then you take the power harness, the one with all the color lights, and connect it into the red socket in the brain. Afterwards, we're going to connect the front sensors to the first 4 sockets right there. Then you're going to connect the rear sensors to the green sockets where I pointed that out, those last 4. The red wire connects to a constant 12-volt power source, the positive, and the black connects to the ground, the negative. The yellow wire will connect to the brake light of your vehicle, and the white wire will connect to the reverse light of your vehicle. If you do all this, you connect it, your system will work, and we think you'll be very happy with the system. If you have any questions or you need any further assistance installing the system, feel free to call us at 866-966-5550. From all of us here at Taddy Brothers, thank you for watching and have a great day.